Let me school you guys on probably one of the most influential things I've learned in my past 24 years of life. And if you stay and listen, I'm sure it's going to change your life too. And that is the fact that letting go allows things to come to you. Holding on too tight usually prevents the outcome that you want. And I have more like example after example after example of this happening in my own life. When I wanted something, no, scratch that, when I needed something to happen and I was so attached to the outcome, I just needed it to happen, it didn't come to me. And as soon as I let go of needing it is exactly when it came to me. Example one. Leaving high school, I was like a pretty good football player. I always wanted to play football in college, but only if I got a scholarship, except I wasn't getting any scholarships. And it fucked me up for a little bit, but I eventually came to the realization that it's okay if I don't play college football. Maybe I'll go find something else to do. And the odd thing is that as soon as I did that, I got like a $10,000 per year scholarship to go play at a Division II school. And beyond that, there's like a second example of the exact same thing happening. The school I went to, they ended up shutting down their football program. So after finishing my degree through there, I always wanted to finish my football career at another school. I sent out all types of emails, contacted coaches out the wazoo, and nobody ever responded. And it got to a point where like I moved cities. I was thinking, well, maybe it's just time to start my life. Maybe it's okay that I don't play football again. And I remember saying that exact thing, and 2 days later I got a phone call while I was in the gym, and it was a coach offering me a scholarship to go play at his school. And I just thought, it's so weird how as soon as you let go of something, it comes right back. This is something that happens a lot in relationships too. I'm seeing it in some people around me recently. It's like when you let go of someone is exactly when they come back in your life. When you feel that you need them, you miss them so much, they don't come back. But as soon as you let go, you don't want them anymore, that's when they come back to you. And that's kind of a messed up thing, and it plays with hearts. So y'all be careful with your hearts, man. But this also coincides with something I learned. Let me grab this real quick. With the 7 Spiritual Laws by Deepak Chopra. And now I remember reading this book years ago. My dog actually ate it, which is why I only have the cover right there. But one law that stood out to me was the law of detachment. When you are too attached to the outcome of your actions or what you need to happen, it doesn't happen. When you detach yourself from the outcome and you put in the work without expectation of return, that is when everything that you want comes to you. And now it's not that you can't want a certain outcome, it's just that you can't need it. As soon as you are too attached to the outcome of something, that is exactly when you are pushing it away. And when you let go of that attachment, it's when it comes back to you. Speaking of, my girlfriend just came back. But the next thing, this happened this weekend too. I'm just throwing these examples at you guys to show that it really works in this really strange way. I was on a camping trip this whole past week with my girlfriend, and on Sunday came, we were leaving super early because I had a yoga class to teach that Sunday at 5:30. It was this whole thing. We partnered with a mental health club to set this thing up months in advance. It was kind of a big deal. And as we're leaving the camping spot, my car got stuck. And I'm like, shit, I've got to teach all these people. So I'm like stressing out about it, but I was like, nah, let me calm down. Let me go for a walk. Let me do a little bit of breathing, attack this from a more rational point of view. I tried to get my car out in every single way that I knew, putting things on the tires, rocking it, whatever. End of the story is I couldn't get it out. I wrote on a sign, help, I'm stuck. And we went and stood out by the road, showing the sign to cars and hoping that someone would stop. So many cars drove past, you guys don't even know. And you don't know how bad and embarrassing it feels to be standing in your PJs on the side of the road and people just drive right past you. Hold on, but the moral of that story is, I honestly, I'm not proud of it, but I gave up and I let go of my attachment. And I literally said like, well, it is what it is. You know, I'm gonna have to cancel the yoga class or reschedule. It is what it is. It's not the biggest deal in the world, whatever. And I put my head down, began to walk in, picked my head back up, and turned to go back towards my car, which was hidden from the road. And that is exactly when someone pulled over. But it wasn't what I was expecting, because it wasn't a person with a truck. It was a person with a Ford Fusion. And if you know what a Ford Fusion is, you know that it is not going to pull a Honda Element out of a hole that it's in. But she still pulled over. It was this old lady, Jackie, bless her heart. I've been thankful for her every single day since. I told her the situation. She said, "I'm sorry, I don't think my car can pull you out." And I said, "Yep, I know, thanks anyways." But instead of driving away, she said, "There has to be some way that I can help." She looked at us. She said, "You guys look cold, get in the car." And so, side note, don't get in cars with strangers. But we got in the car because Jackie was sweet, and she pumped the heat. We warmed up a little bit, and she's like, "You guys, you're probably hungry. Here's some snacks. Eat this, take this energy gel goo, weird things. Also, don't take weird energy goos from strangers." But we did. And so at this point, it was honestly like lifting up our spirits. I still had like detached fully from being to my yoga class on time, because I was 6 hours away from it. The clock was ticking. It wasn't looking good. But I'm like, hey, whatever, it is what it is. I just got some sweet snacks from Jackie and a new friend. And so I get the idea that we go sit out by the road, turn her hazard lights on, and then see what happens. So we did that. We got out of the car. We're standing there for a little bit. Sure enough, within a couple of minutes, somebody pulled over, and this time they had a truck. And so they pulled over, they came walking out. It's a family of three, one dad, one mom, one daughter. Bless their hearts. And so they're like, "You guys need help? What's on? Like, what's up? What's the situation?" I explained the situation to them, told them my car, like where my car was. It was less than a mile away. We just had to tuck down a quick dirt road and then a 2-track. And we go, and it turned into this like whole like family gathering type thing. It was honestly kind of weird, but super cool at the same time. It's like all the girls, like the mom, the daughter, my girlfriend, Jackie. It was like this weird like makeshift family. Jackie was like, "You know what we need? Prayer." Boom! She dropped a great prayer for us that we could get the car unstuck. Thankful for this gathering, all that. It was actually pretty amazing, pretty beautiful. Me and the dad, we got to work getting my car unstuck. He had these strips that I put under the tire. We tried that, didn't work. He's like, "Here, I had one strap." So we connected that one strap. I remember that I had my slack line in the back of my car, so I grabbed that thing out too. We hooked it to the car in his truck, and he pulled us out. We pulled out, we got the car out, and honestly, this was like one of the best moments of the whole trip. I just put my arms up, I was like, wow. I gave Jackie a big old hug, bless her heart. And yeah, then I said thank you so many times. I didn't really have like much to give them. They actually gave so much. They helped us. They gave us their time, their energy, and their snacks. They gave us even more snacks, guys. These people were so generous and so kind. It was amazing. But so we get on the road, and I'm driving. My yoga class starts at 5:30, and the ETA is 5:36. But I'm like, at this point, I'm just happy to be on the road again. I'm happy to have made it out. It's been like 4 hours since we were supposed to leave, and so I'm just happy where I'm at. And then my girlfriend switches apps. She finds a different route, and we can make it there by 5:20. And so I'm like, all right, bet. Start speeding through traffic. Get out the way, people. I got a yoga class to teach. So we eventually we made it. We had to stop a few times, obviously, like filling up on gas, whatnot. But we made it. 5:25, 5 minutes to spare. My best friend was pissed at me, and because he set up the whole thing on his own. He didn't have me there with him. He was freaking out mentally. He didn't know if I was gonna make it or not. I told him, "Bro, I'm gonna make it," and I made it. But the lesson here today is, there's a beautiful sunset out there. The lesson here today is that when you detach from something, when you let go of the need to make something happen, to force the world into submission to meet your needs, a lot of times things end up just naturally happening the way that you want them to.